Okay. Here with Nathan Cole of the UMC football team. Just getting to know you here going into the last few games of your senior year. Just first off, let's talk about how you got here. Originally recruited out of your hometown in California by Richie was your main recruiter, wasn't it? And just talk about the process that brought you to UMC.
It was interesting. I got recruited by Richie Westman, who's no longer here, and he was from Orange County. He played there and coached there at the high schools in our surrounding area, so I actually had a contact who was a high school football coach in the area, and he knew about me and that I had not signed to that point or hadn't committed to any team, and so I got in contact with Coach Westman, and he got a lot of us from Orange County to come out here. And unfortunately, for one reason or another, he wasn't able to stay. But he got a lot of us out here, and in terms of the Orange County guys, I am the only one left. But it was kind of just he knew the area really well, and so he was able to recruit effectively. And he did a good job. Unfortunately, just some of those guys didn't stick around.
You've really formed a bond with, there's only, 5 of you from your recruiting class still left, but I know you've really formed a bond with those guys, especially Drew and Timon and Mike and also Jake as well.
Yeah, I think that's been awesome. And to be honest, I think that's a big reason that we have enjoyed our time and a big reason we've stayed. It's easy to come from far away and not feel comfortable and then take off. And so we decided early on that, the Jeff Pryors, the older guys, that they kind of took us under their wing. And because of that, we formed great friendships. And friendships that are going to last a very, very long time, which I think that's something that made us all feel more comfortable because we were all very far away from home. And, no matter where you go, even if you're in the same state, you feel far away from home when you leave for college. And so, that's why a lot of people make their lifelong friends in college. And for us, I think it was, it was even more of a bond because we were playing football and we were struggling together to work hard through the season and, challenging seasons that we've had our first 3 years. And I think through that process, though, you make some really good friends. And so Jake, Mike, Drew, and Timon, together, I think having that bond has helped make our experience not just enjoyable, but really meaningful for us.
I know it took a couple years for you to get kind of up the depth chart, but especially the last 2 years, you've either been the starter or competing for a starting spot. Just talk about the work that you thought you had to put in and what you thought you did to be able to earn the spot you're in today.
That's a tough one because it is. I mean, that's one of the things about football that I've always struggled with because I'm very competitive, but I have a hard time competing against my teammates. It's just not what I love to do. I love playing. I love having a leadership role and being able to take control of an offense as a quarterback, obviously. But it's challenging to go through. My freshman year, I competed for the job in a very tight battle. And then sophomore year, before I started redshirting, in spring, there was a battle between Ben and Trayvon and myself, even though Trayvon wasn't here yet. And then, obviously he came in fall. And then junior year was Trayvon and I. So I think it's difficult because you just want to have the ability to take control. And while you're competing for a job, you can't totally do that yet. So this year, that's what's been fun. I think that some of the pressure of looking behind your back, even though we have very good quarterbacks still on the staff. Taylor's done a nice job he's been in. But I think just understanding that, the offense is yours is a pleasant feeling.
Just, I know this season hasn't gone quite the way any of you guys would hope. Just how big is this last stretch of 5 games for you guys to be able to make that impression as seniors and to make your impact known and leave a mark here on the program?
I think that we still have 5 games left, first of all, and this is a big week. If we can win this week, that'll give us great momentum. Last year we were getting I think week 6 or 7 is when everything started clicking, at least offensively. And this year, really all year, from an offensive standpoint, we've moved the ball well. We've had trouble putting points on the board like we should, and that's a problem. But we don't have many 3-and-outs. I think that, and defensively we've had almost every game they've had big time stops and big time situations, and then we've moved the ball. I think that we've looked like we were operating against almost every team we've played, with just a couple exceptions, and so that is an improvement from previous years. The record is very disappointing to this point, but we are all aware that the progress has been made, and as we go forward into these next 5 games, if we can just get it to click one time, I think that'll give us momentum and confidence going forward.
What are your plans once you get that University of Minnesota degree?
I have a few different options. I've loved my time out here, but there's a good chance that I'll go back to Southern California after graduating, and then from there, who knows? I did an internship with a company called Pratt Industries last summer, and there's a potential job opportunity there. I'll take a few weeks after football to decompress after 4 years of grinding, and then kind of see where that goes from there.
Okay. Thanks, Nate.
Yep.